welcome from Brightstar Lifestyle, where we want to say yes to joy. Also, around our finances, and that's why we have Inge van der Merwe here today to help us further with our finances. Thank you, Inge.
Thank you, Raylene. Like Raylene said just now, it is a very difficult topic to actually address. But I chose this topic for today as I've been working in the financial industry for more than 14 years. And statistics show us that life is going to become more and more strenuous very soon. And if we have not started making an effort to get out of the debt trap, then now is the time to do so. So I'm not looking at you guys thinking that you have debt. I'm actually just hoping that the information that I'm sharing with you today, you can go and share with people that you also know, because in South Africa, debt is a major problem, but there is hope. So when are you over indebted? It is when there's a constant imbalance between your obligations and your income, and you struggle to fulfill your obligations regularly. It might be that it goes well for 2 or 3 months, and then there's one day, oh, I can't pay this debt this month, or I can't pay that because of things that happen. So reasons why people are over indebted could be the lack of credit literacy. You don't understand what you're actually getting involved in. What is your cost of credit? How much will it actually cost you to pay off something? It could be a lack of income or a reduced income. Overspending. A lot of people also would like to, keep up with the Joneses. So we buy and buy without thinking. And then emergencies might also happen in your life. There's many other reasons as well, but I just took a couple just to show you that being over indebted or in debt is different for every person. And there's no finger pointing because life happens. The thing is, what are we going to do about it? What is the plan? So here's just some statistics of December 2021 in South Africa. So they say that there's 26.38 million credit active consumers. And of those people, 62% is in good standing at the, that was in December, which is very good because it was actually worse in 2020. So we are picking up again the economy. It's showing that people are getting incomes again and they can start paying their debts again. In the last 2 years, people did struggle, but there's 24% of these 26 million people that is 3 months plus in arrears. There's 11.46% of those people that have got adverse listings. So that means a company would say you are a slow payer, or you hand it over for collection. So that's what adverse listing means. And then 2.93%, so almost 3% of people have already been handed over with summonses and so on. And these statistics does not include your municipal debt, how you're paying your electricity bills. It does not include maintenance to an ex-spouse or any private loans. So that's not even part of this picture here. So it would make the 62% slightly smaller if we actually put those statistics also into consideration. So what will we do if things really go wrong? So I've given, there's a couple of things here, and the first one is you can make voluntary arrangements with your credit providers. You can only do that if your accounts are not in arrears. Once you've made an arrangement, you must not be in default with the arrangement. And then you must be careful of payment holidays. People think that it's a good thing. You know, they give me 3 or 4 months not to pay. But the sad thing is that the interest keeps on accumulating over those 4 months. So you're not making payments, but the amount that you will eventually pay back is going to increase drastically. So having a payment holiday might help you for now, and also consumers will say, so I got a 4-month holiday, let me use the 4-month holiday, where it's actually a better idea that if your situation stabilizes before the 4 months, you start paying again to make sure that the interest does not escalate that much. The next one is administration. So this is more of an older type of debt solution. These people, your debts must be less than 50,000 Rand. Your debt installments will be reduced. But the thing is that the credit providers only receive payments every 3 months. That means, again, that the interest adds up. So you constantly stay behind. Okay, this is a very long-term option. You cannot make new debt, and the fees are 12.4% plus VAT plus distribution costs, and distribution costs are unregulated. An example could be that the administrator speaks to the credit provider, say it's an Edgar's account. Your Edgar's account used to be 1,000 Rand, now it's 500 Rand a month in the new administration process, but 300 Rand of the 500 Rand they use as distribution costs. So you're actually only paying off 200 Rand per month, which they only pay over every 3rd month. So administration is actually a no-go these days. It will keep you in the debt loop for a long time. We also have debt counseling. It sounds the same as debt administration, but this process is regulated and the fees are also regulated. So what happens here is a debt counselor will do a repayment calculation where they extend the terms, the interest rates could be lowered. Again, you will not be able to make new debt, but once you are rehabilitated, you can make new debt again. And the only way to get out of debt counseling is when all your debts have been settled in full. So you can't decide halfway through the process that you don't want to do this anymore, or you want to pay by yourself and you want to get off debt counseling. Unfortunately, that won't happen. You will have to settle all your debts before you can get off. Right. The next one is a very drastic one. It's called sequestration. Some people call it liquidation, but that's actually incorrect. Liquidation is for companies. Sequestration is for natural persons. So it is a court process and there is an attorney available. Part of this scenario, you will have to sell your assets. That means selling your fridges and your extra TVs and your everything that you have, because you need to offer at least 20 cents for every Rand you owe. So your estate value in repayment needs to be 20% of the complete estate. And then you are rehabilitated only after 5 years. Soon after that, you can start making debt again if you want to do so. Then we have a new debt solution in the country. It started in 2019. It's called debt intervention, and this is for people that have got an income of less than 7,500 Rand a month. Again, your debts may not be more than 50,000 Rand, and this process is regulated by the National Credit Regulator. So debt counselors do not deal with this at all. People have to apply at the National Credit Regulator for the debt intervention process. They are not fully operational yet, but they can give advice to consumers regarding this process. Basically what happens is they will go to the NCR, they will give their statistics, income and expenses. If the NCR then makes a calculation and sees that you are you cannot pay your debts, they will freeze your debts for a year. After the year, you will go back for a review. They will check again, has your income increased as the situation changed or worsened. If you still cannot pay your debts, they will freeze it again for another year. And then by the third year or the second review, if it still has not changed for the better, they will have your debts written off. So that's basically the process and how it will be implemented. You have to remember that debt is a form of bondage. It's a financial termite. It eats on everything that you have, your relationships, everything goes once we are indebted. And we do need debt. I mean, not everyone can buy a house or a car cash, but for smaller debts or unsecured debts, as we call it in the industry, you must really try and rather save up, make a plan to have an emergency fund when things go wrong, etc. And then I've got 5 ways on how to get out of a bigger payment. To pay more than the minimum installment, even if it's 50 Rand or 100 Rand, just to get it moving quicker and to bring down your interest rates. So that's the first one. Just close your eyes, decide, you know what, I'm going to do less coffee this month with a friend, and I'm going to use that 50 Rand and pay it on X amount of accounts that you have. Start with anyone. Okay, then we try the debt snowball. So that is decide on which debt you want to pay off first. Pay extra on that one. Once it is settled, take that whole amount that you used to pay for that specific credit agreement and pay it extra onto another one and let it snowball so that you can actually get out of the process faster. The next one is commit windfalls to debt. So if you inherit money or if you get a bonus, you win the lotto, somebody gives you money, doesn't matter. What most people do is when they get a bonus from work, they spend it. It goes to all other places except for the debt. And it is really a fact. I checked a newspaper document the other day again, that things are going to get worse in this country. We see how the electricity rates are going up. We see the petrol price going up. If we don't start making cash available for ourselves, we are going to be in serious trouble. So really think about the future and start making plans. Re-examine your budget. Go check your budget, see what is not necessary, see if there's anything that you can maybe cut down slightly. Don't buy too many of a certain thing so that you can have more money available for your debt, to start making a payment extra on one of your debts at least. And the last one is go think about the things that you could sell. Things that you don't need, things that you haven't used for a long time, even if it's a 50 Rand for a jacket that you can get, do it. Nobody knows what you're doing, just do it. Get extra income so that you can actually have cash available so that you don't spend on your credit card or make new loans. So that it is possible. So there is hope. Hope stands for hold on to positive expectations. That is all you have to do. Just focus, just write it down, put your plan into practice, and say yes to joy.